I know I'm going to be sorry about this. It is like 20 to 9. I've been drinking iced coffee, which was a bad decision to start. And then I watched some YouTube, and then I just had to come, YouTube craft videos that I just had to come sit down and create because it's where my mind's at. So, what I'm thinking we'll do today, I want to keep working in the oddities journal because I'm having a blast. And, you know, one of the things that I think we're missing are some flip outs and that kind of stuff. So I thought this might be an interesting time to do a masterboard that we can then cut up and make into flip outs. It's been a bit since we've done a masterboard, and this time we can make it wonky and weird. So let's jump right in. I think I want to start with some advertisement pages as the base. So what I want to grab, which I should have done before I started the video here, but I didn't. I have, well, now I'm just going to have to, oh, here it is. It's right here. I have a catalog. Oh, it's kind of stuck. I don't want to rip it. Oh, come on, man. What are you stuck on? I got lucky because I got this Spiegels catalog. And so let's see what they got in here. It's the bargain book. The Home Lovers Bargain Book. Let's see if there's anything fun we can find in here to start our base with. Look at all these fun images. Blankets. Don't think we want bright colors. I think I want to keep it vintage. $1 down if you want to rent your rug. Let's see. Okay, we've got lots of curtains, tablecloths, benches, rocking chairs. Oh boy, look at those flowers. Patio furniture. I wish you could get patio furniture for that price now. Let's see. Let's pick something. This stuff is kind of fun. How about this? Let's start with some of these. I think what I want to do, I don't want to cut more than we need. Oh, look at the cute bikes. Maybe we don't want that one. I don't know, bathroom comforts might be a little bit too risky for what we're doing. How about we start with this? I'm going to cut straight up. I'm going to save this. Do I have two? Oh, I do have 2 pages. Did I not just say I wasn't going to do that? Okay, well, I guess here's what we're going to do. I'll cut like this. I'm going to go here. And we'll just keep going with what we started. Cutting that direction is not very normal. Okay, let's get this out of here and let's put this back in its container. Holy cow. 75 pieces of an outfit for your house. Very nice. All right, let's put this back in our container. Can you believe $1, guys? $1. Completely crazy. Okay. So let's start with this. And are there any of these goofy things that we might be able to use How about this? Let's use this as one. That'll be a good one. How about shaving and hair cutting? Also good. I can have shave and a haircut. We'll go with that. What do we got on this side? We can just use these as little snips. Okay. And how about, let's just start putting these down. What am I looking for here? Where's my glue stick? Oh, glue stick's hiding over there. I'm gonna grab a piece of, is this file folder? I have, I don't know what I did. Oh, here. I'm gonna grab one of these file folders because I've tried to use them and they're very pretty, but I've tried to use them and they don't glue well at all. So let's get that stuff out of the way. We don't need this here. Let's use this as a glue page for us right here. Oh my goodness. Perhaps I shouldn't have got started quite so quickly and I could have prepped a little better. All right. So I want to get our first layer down. I'm going to go full on masterboard here and I want to try to see if we can do some embossed stamping. Probably in white, I think will be cool. I'm gonna go just a touch over the edge so that we can have the full amount. I have that spreader sitting somewhere that came with, what's on the other side, that came with that set of tools. I'm so afraid to use it on this old paper. For this one, I think we'll go, at least to start, with some relatively straight edges. Clump of glue there. Let's see what we end up with. What else were we gonna, let's see, what other, I swear I had a third image. Maybe it was the water bottle and I just didn't cut it yet. Felt like coming in and sitting down tonight. It's okay that that is ripped because we're just going to glue both sides of it anyway. So what's on this side? Anything? No, this is better. I do like that it's at a bit of an angle. Let's just cut along this here. Let's see where we might want. Let's cut this in half. Goes up here. Will that cover? Oh, look at perfect. Perfect. All right. Now, if I'm not careful, I'm going to glue these other little pieces onto this, and we don't want that. hold this off well enough. I'm not doing a too hot job here, you guys. Let's go here first. There we go. That works. Now, we'll cover some of that up, but I think it's okay because I like this and the number. So, we're gonna sacrifice the bottom of our hot water bottle. Oops, carefully. I'll pull you out just a little bit since we're working in portrait orientation. Gives a better view of the whole thing, I think. Yeah, much better. Okay. Now, shall we? What do we want to do for piecing some of this? Could go here. Cut this off. Let's go like that, maybe a little straighter. That's at least a relatively straightish line. And where do we want that to end? About here-ish. Okay. I probably could have put that side on. That would have looked cool. Oh well. I probably should have seen. Here's your instructions for how to order. That'll be. Okay, I want to be able to see that. Okay. Go paintbrush there. Cut some pieces that maybe we'll be able to use. What about that way? Does that cover? Almost. I suppose it's okay if there's a little bit showing through. We could just cover that with one of our other layers. We're gonna say we're gonna do that. I didn't think we'd be able to cover the whole thing with just these pages, but it sure looks like we're gonna. Oh, stuck to my finger. Oh well, we're not gonna fuss with that. That would be silliness. Hear a helicopter or something going by outside. It sounds like an alien ship headed around. Let's see. Let's go there. Cover that up. I do want to see about the combination. Water bottle. Let's see. Let's go ahead. This is a pretty decent chunk of paper right here, so we're going to keep that. We could just here, let's just do this. got it. We'll probably misplace it and lose it anyway. So let's just toss it on there. Why not? And here's a nice long piece. Oops. Let's see. Oh, that's funny. It kind of lines up there. How about if we cut this at an angle slightly larger than we need, but still that will cover. Yeah, let's do that. Whoa, I got all excited with my glue stick. Sorry guys. I slept really good last night, but that means I slept till I actually had to get up, and then once you do that, there's no art time in the morning, and cuts into the coffee time on the porch, and no good at all. Not acceptable. So we're playing tonight instead, since we didn't get a chance to play this morning. I'll get this relatively close trim, not perfection, but close enough that we can see pretty well what we've got going on here. I said not perfection, and then look at me continuing to cut. Okay, now we got a decent visual. Let's get those out of the way. Okay, decent visual of where we're at to start. Very good. Now, what do we want to do next? I don't know. This is as far as I thought, guys. How about some washi tapes? We're going to use stamps, but let me see. I got a big mess on my desk. How about some of the thin washi tapes across some of these, the seams. All right, we're just gonna pull them out and we're just gonna go for it because that would be too much time to plan all this. So we're just gonna go on our seams and we're just gonna pick things kind of randomly. I'm gonna use just this one right here because it covers seams of multiples. No, I don't want it quite that far, do I? Oh my God, look at that. What a mess. I'm gonna gently peel that up and rip it close to the edge. Doesn't have to be exact, but close. I probably should get all these little paper trimmings off my fingers first, but you know, that would take time and patience, and I'm not good at either of those things. Maybe if I pick one off at each time between new tapes, eventually we'll get them all. Let's do the green. Paper all over my shirt. Okay. Think maybe I should just rip off pieces and then put them where they fit, since they don't have to be exact. Of course, now there's not anything even remotely close to fitting. It's all right, we'll just add to it. There we go. whole variety of colors on here. No idea what focal points are going to be or anything like that. So no rhyme or reason. I do think that we want to put some of the stickers on there though. Some of our weird stickers and kind of see what we end up with, because that could be pretty cool. Let's go up here, otherwise it might be too close together. I hope that we like the way this turns out. If we don't, that's fine, because we can just put more and more and more layers. So it really is okay if we don't particularly care for it. It's not a big deal at all. Let's go outward on this one. We'll have so many layers, should we so choose, that we can just cover stuff up if we don't like it. It's still too long. There we go, and is that the one I just had? Yeah. Okay, come on now, washi. Where's your end? There it is. Just used it. I know it's there. All right, how many more do we got here? We've got 1, 2. Well, that's convenient. They're going to be close together, but that's okay. That is okay. Let's put that one there. One more piece, and I think that covers all of our joints. There we go. I like it. Okay, washi's away, off to the side, and let's again trim so we're not continuously, well, you know what, we'll just go like this, because if these are going to be flips, we'll probably cover the backs with something else anyway after we cut it up. Okay. Let's do some grungy stamping first to get us a good background messy. A little grungies. I finally started putting stuff in little baggies so I could keep things in somewhat of an order. But now I gotta locate the blocks. There's one. That's not my favorite one. I like the thicker one. Is it somewhere close by? I don't see it. It's not going to bode well for our next steps. Well, guess we'll just go with what we got here. Is that going to stick enough? Nope. It's stick enough now, please. Bulb pin in our way. Oh, it just does not want to do what I want it to do. I don't think we need to do a whole ton. Guess that's going there. This is not working well for me. Goodness. All right, we're done to do this. Okay. Maybe it just doesn't want to play with this, and maybe it just wants to play with, what color do we want? Walnut stain. Let's try this one. Just these little bitty ones. I think that's gonna stick either. I might have to pause for a minute and find the good one. Get that a little wet. See if that helps, perhaps. I know it looks like it's not, oops, not much, and that's okay because we are doing layers, so that will be okay that it doesn't look like a lot. Oh, there is a lot. Let's see. What if we put that right here along this? It definitely looks dirty. It looks like somebody with oily fingers has been flipping through their book. I hope they're buying hand towels. Okay. Now, next. Let's see. I want to try to do some of the embossing first, and maybe we're going to do different layers of it. I'm not sure. I know we're going to want to use these. Some of these guys. Maybe not the big thing, but I don't want to do too many great big ones. All right, this is not going to work well with that little one. Let me pause for 1 second and see if I can find that other block. Got it. It was actually right where I thought, well, this would be a really great place to put it so I don't lose it. That's where it was, but you know, it's clear, so it was hard to see. Now, I wonder if this is dry enough that we can do some of this embossing without it being a problem. We're gonna find out here real quick. All right. I'm gonna use this to, maybe I better use this to catch. Okay. So I got this at a thrift store. I want to try this. I've got the big embossing, ink pad, but I want to try this because when I use the embossing ink pad, I tend to get it all over the outside and make a big mess. this is kind of hard to tell if I'm getting it on good enough. I suppose this is very much like just an ink pad, so I'm gonna treat it as such, I suppose. Let's try it down here. Let's go right here. So if we don't like it, it's not directly in the middle. Yeah, white. I tried clear on another one, but so much of the paper underneath shows through, it really doesn't show a ton. So I'm thinking maybe white might be a good alternative. I know you're not supposed to blow on it because you can blow off some, but let's see. Let's move this out of the way and let's see how we like this. And I kind of wondered about that. So it says that it's white. No, it doesn't. It says clear. I grabbed the wrong bottle. Oh, gosh darn it. I thought I put that away. I didn't. I didn't put it away. I left it sitting there. All right, well, that one's going to have clear. And I'm going to put that away. Here's the white. I thought I pulled out two white ones, and I didn't. I pulled out a clear and a white. All right, well, we'll play with that one. I guess we're going to try it up here then. Since that was so successful, I at least can see that it did something. Well, here, let's see what it did. Let's see what it did. To be able to see it, I'm going to, do we want blue? No, let's go dark. We're gonna go walnut. And I'm gonna ink over the top and then wipe off over the embossing. See it coming through. Right now, a little bit of a damp washcloth. Okay, so the effect is cool, but you can't read it. So that is not helpful. Oh yeah, that's not great. Okay, maybe we're gonna try one more, but we're gonna go with our higher quality rubber stamps, and we're going to see if that gives us a better result. So I'm going to wipe this down, and we can still use this stamp, but we're going to use it with just ink instead. So we'll come back to this. I want to see if this works. maybe it's because I put too much on and I just needed to swirl it like that. We'll find out, won't we? Here in just a minute. All right, white, white. Okay. Oh yeah, see? It also looks white, not clear. So this isn't super fine powder though. I got these at a garage sale, I think. All right, let's see. What do we got here? That's more what I was looking for. Okay. So that works better. Let's do a couple more. Why not? Why not? Pour this back in. No. You know what I can do? Let's just get another piece of paper instead of pouring back and forth. I know you can get little, I'm looking for here. Where's all my, oh, here it is. I know you can get like the little funnel things where it's flat and you dump into the funnel and then you pour it back in, but I don't have one. So this is what we're doing. What else do we want? Let's see. How about some numbers? I know we don't want to do a super, well here, let's do another condemned while we still have it. Stuck on there, and I think I'll just swirl it around this time. That seemed to work pretty good. It looks pretty well covered, I think. And we will put that right here. My husband has this little area that he likes to, he's got set up out in the garage with TV and TVs and a nice comfy chair out there. And I know he's down there watching BioShock that just came out today. And I can hear the creepy music up through my window. And it's kind of freaking me out. Okay. Now this did have, it's got more than I think I can get off by blowing. So I'm going to very carefully use a dry paintbrush to just loosen up some of this stuff here and have it fall off. Not that it has to be perfect, but that was a lot. All right, let's get this guy. Of those. Now this will be what we use next time. Okay. That is working pretty good and I'm liking the way that looks. Oh, here. Set. Oops. That. There, I just needed to press it down harder. Let's see if we can do a couple at a time here. No, don't get excited. Go like this. How about one there? And one here. Get out of the way. And where else? I should have cleaned this stamp before I put this on there. How about over here? Oh, I think there was something underneath it. What's underneath that? Well, maybe we can carefully get it anyway. Okay. Let's get these guys. And the other one was here. Okay. I have a feeling it's probably really bad practice to do it like this, doing more than one at a time. Yeah, it's sticking to that other ink underneath. So let's and the washi tape, it's sticking to a lot of different things here. I know there's like a static baggy thing that you can do to get rid of all the static so it only sticks to the ink, but I also don't have that, so. So we're going with best that we can do with what we got and our level of patience. I do like how quickly this particular kind melts. That's enjoyable to me. Let's see, do we want more? I didn't get all of that off very well. That's okay. This is messy, guys. We're fine to be messy. I feel like we might want a couple more on there. So let's see. Let's wipe this off. And we'll clean that while we're at it. How about, oops, it's stuck to my fingers. Do we want another big number or some words? I don't want it to be too, oh, I'm putting these in upside down. I don't want it to be too delicate that we're gonna have a hard time reading it. So maybe we'll go with this. This is a decent sized number. Afraid it's gonna fall off, but how about right there, and then right here, and one more up top. Well, these obviously won't be on everything, which is fine. Let's go here. See what we end up with. And then we'll move on to stamping with ink. Please see where it's at. Oh, I almost stuck my thumb right in that one. And the other one's down here. That one feels like it needs more. I think I got that one covered very well. not the right way to do it, but that's what I'm doing. And you pour it all back in, so I could just pour a bunch over the top, which would be the smarter way to do it. Let's just do it the smarter way now that I've messed around. Got it all over my fingers, which just makes it that much harder to get off. I need to not be so stingy here with my stuff that actually is only going to stick what it needs, and then the rest is going in anyway, so that looks better. All right, let's get this off of that. I think I kind of learned this lesson last time and then clearly did not heat it this time when I tried to do this on the black, and it stuck all over the other ink. So that stamp there. So tip is, if you're going to do embossing, you should probably do that before you grunge up the area around it, if you don't want embossing powder on the other area. And if you're working with a smaller piece of paper, definitely use tweezers, because that gets really hot. Really hot. The paper around where you're hitting it with the heat gun gets really hot too. Okay, let's get this out of the way so we can just keep on going. Depending on how much you can get off of this paper, sometimes you can brush it off and reuse it. Other times, if it's super fine and I can't get it off the scrap paper, I just throw the piece away. It's wasteful, but it's a huge pain in the butt getting, yeah, see, getting all that stuff off too. All right, now, look, I got glue on my table. Surprise. Let's get that cleaned up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect, but let's just get it a little clean. And our dirty pant leg rag to get it a little bit dry. Okay. Now, let's go back to stamping and see about some of these other ones that didn't seem like they were going to want to play nicely. But let's bring out, I'm going to bring out the Stays On. In dark black. I'm going to get it all over my fingers. And we're going to try again with our little Undertaker stamp. Much better than this nonsense. We're going to cover that up with something. Not sure what it'll be, but we're going to pick something and it's going to be good. All right. How about right here in the middle? Missed some of those, but that's okay. All right, let's grab this guy. him back on here. And how about the dispensing chemist? I'm wondering if we want to add some, I don't know, paper, tissue paper or something that might make this stand out a little better. Or I wonder if what if we get rid of the black and we stamp it in a bright color like red? Let's see what that looks like. Totally just experimenting as we go. We may find that we really dislike what this ends up as. Or we might love it, we just don't know. So we're just gonna try. Well, it definitely shows up better. Let's do some more of this in red. And because we're throwing this into the oddities, if the colors don't match, it doesn't matter because we're trying to be weird. And this stuff's weird. What about some orange? That might also be bright enough to show up. This is the Red Cross Drug Store. Prescription druggists. Oh, dial 3370. So, very early phone number. How about right here? That didn't work very good. All right. Not orange. We're just gonna do red again. Okay. We're just gonna do red again because it at least shows up pretty well. We're just gonna go right over the orange because that's where we wanted it. Oh, that looks kind of cool. It looks like a shadow. That's fun. See, that's what I do. I get, where'd my, there we go. I make a big mess and then it makes a big mess when I try to stamp. Let's put him up here in the corner. I haven't decided exactly yet if we are going to want to look where we're cutting these or just let it be what it is. And I feel like we need some more red up here. This is going to be begging for some splatters as well. Okay, yeah, I like that red. I wonder if we can, well, I don't want to do it in the same one. We'll cover that with something. So it's not a super ton. Now we need to decide if we want, I want that red off because I think it's going to bleed on other stuff later. We're just going to use this archival cleaner that should theoretically get at least most of it off. I think it's less red than it was. Okay. That's there. Those are all put back. Now I'm gonna sneeze. Let's see what we should put on next. How about some tickets? Nothing super colorful, I don't think. Let's see what some of these guys are. Whoa, flinging stuff everywhere. Reserved. Let's see, we already grabbed a couple of those. We've got a clean Pullman one. How about one of these messy ones? Just gonna rip them open. And this is cool. Let's go with one of these. There, and anything else? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm good with 5. Black and white and black. All right, let's start popping these around. I'm going to use, these are missing. I might trim these ones down just a touch. This was our ticket making session where I did not cut the strips first, and somebody suggested, you know, if you cut the strips first, they're going to be straight. I'm like, yes. That was a brilliant idea that I just did not think of for some reason, because I was being ridiculous. That one's pretty good top to bottom. I think I'm going to cut some of this off, and I'm going to cut a little of that off. We're going to leave that. Yes, I think everything else we leave. Now, let's do the edges in black. Ink the edges in black. And then we're going to plop these guys around in various locations. I like the idea of using different colors of ink because I think that it makes it interesting to have more than one ink color on your background. You know, the scorched timber is dark and it looks very black until you put black next to it, and then you can definitely tell there's a difference. So I think that is enjoyable to have that variation. More on there. It's so filthy. I don't mind getting dirty. I also like to play in the mud. So weeding, planting, all of that. Digging. I love it. So I am a big fan of spring, when we can finally get back out and start doing that stuff again. Okay, did I get them all? I think I got, yep, I did. Okay, so let's start plopping these down in various locations. We're gonna put a nice big one right over the top of this, since we know we don't like that. We're just going to cover it right up. And then if some of it is coming out the back, I don't care, because you can't It's definitely not the focal point anymore. Let's put this somewhere. Trying not to think about it too much. Just sticking them somewhere. It's kind of warm in my office tonight. It's so nice outside. How about this right here? Right to the edge. A little bit covering that up, but that's okay. Let's go with this. I probably should do these smaller ones last, but you know, here we are. Let's do the bigger. What do we got left? Got 2 more bigger ones. Let's do one another direction. How about right here? Did I put that down? No. Oops. Stuck underneath. And where do we want this one? What happened here? Interesting. I'm not sure what happened to the paper there. Well, after we cut it, if it's loose, we'll pull it right back, or we'll put it back down. And I don't know. Do we have space for another one of these? Maybe we don't need that many of the great big ones. We'll keep him to the side for now. And we'll just plop down some of these smaller ones. Trying to spread them out, but not make them too logical. That just got a little bit too wet with the glue, and that's what's causing that paper to pull up a little bit. We'll probably have to get that figured out and fixed once we cut it, but we can totally do that. Right, reserved right there, and a filed somewhere close by. Where do we want filed? I think he should go right there. Okay. Excuse me. I think the next thing that we need are some splatters before we put some of our weird stickers on our masterboard. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done splatter. Sometimes these can get a little gross. See if I can even get them open. Oh, that still looks pretty good. All right, let me get what size. We want little splatters or giant splatters? Probably let's see. Do I have? Let's go medium. And let me grab here. Excuse my reach. All right, let's grab this guy here and let's get him a little wet. I'm gonna start with black. Now, when you're doing splatters, the more you have on your brush, the bigger your splatters will be. We'll say the opposite. The less you have on your brush, the more pressure, more force you have to use to get your splatters to go. If you're doing black and white splatters, definitely got to dry it between or you're going to end up with globby gray messes. All right, now, and really clean your brush really, really good between. Especially if you do like I do and use your brush to mix up your splatter paint, if it might have maybe gotten a little separated over time, which I totally do. So a lot of people use a splatter box. I try really hard just to be careful and not make too giant of a mess. Very careful on your clothing. If you're using this is just watered down acrylic paint. If you're using acrylic paint, it does not come out of fabric. So if you get it on your shirt, you're just gonna have it on your shirt for all times. Let me go ahead and dry this and I'll be right back. Okay, we're ready for the white. Let's open this up. Open it up and I'm gonna stir it. For some reason, the white separates a lot. I'm not sure why. The black doesn't, at least not as much. That's way too much, I think. All right, let's give it a go. Oh, apparently it wasn't too much because I don't have any bigger drips. Some bigger drips there. Scooch back so I don't get it on my shirt. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Get as much off as I can before I toss it in the water. I'm gonna wipe it and then throw her in the water. And we are going to dry again and then come back with some stickers. All right, we're dry. Let's grab our sticker book. It's clear over here. Okay. Now I'm thinking, well, I don't know yet. I don't know if we want to go something. Oh God. Oops. Good thing I got my cap on my white good before I knocked it on the floor. I'm not sure if we want to go with something big and strange or smallish and strange. Perhaps we will know it when we see it. Let's see here. Don't feel like butterflies are weird enough for what we're going for. Here's a good one. Why am I trying to do that with the whole thing? We've got birds playing cards. How about if these guys live up here and we can do kind of a wide-ish flip. Maybe like that. And I don't think we need a roll or a loaf of bread. Octopus? Perhaps. Well, I like cats. So let's stick this. No. Darken up these edges a little bit if I can. But he's got that nice red collar, so I feel like he'll go fine. Let's put him here. What else do we... That guy is weird. We definitely want him somewhere, but I don't think on this. He's pretty cool too. There's another cat. Let's get out of the letters. Oh, that's where the letters start. Okay. We're gonna go backwards. Wondering if any of those birds would look pretty cool, but ooh, what about the bear? We know we're using the Yeti because we've discussed him numerous times. Ooh, how about these guys? They are doing a fish autopsy and finding this little guy inside. Classifies as strange to me. Let's put them here. So there, maybe this general area, that area. We've got this one, maybe something long right here. What might be long and narrow and condemned? That horse looks kind of sick. He's green. How about this thing? Which one do we want? That one? This one? I feel like we want this guy. That was my first thought, so let's just go with that. Darken up the edges here so it doesn't look super crispy clean, and he goes there. And we wanted one more. We're gonna go here, here-ish, here, and maybe one more right there. Okay, so something here, something there. We've got let's take this bird and let's stick this bird here. No, I changed my mind. I don't like that. How about this creepy dancing guy? Although having him next to that baby might not be the greatest idea. Seems questionable. How about if we put him up here? There we go. All right, now one more. Creepy clown probably doesn't go next to the baby either. Turtles, eggs. Oh, how about an egg? Bird egg. Whoops. Where do we want it? Right here. Let's cover up another little bit of that. Now do we want another one right there? Oh, am I going to be able to find the page? Man, we weren't that far. Where'd the bird eggs go? I know we weren't that far. Were we? Oh, I didn't see those yet. We were closer. There we are. There's the other one. Okay. And a bird egg right there. Okay. Now, I do think that that looks good. I think that is a very decent master board for our weird little project. I do want to set it, it's a little bit wonky. So just to make sure that everything's going to be okay, I've got some pieces coming up. I'm going to set it under something heavy and let it sit overnight. And then when we come back and are ready to cut it up to put the flips actually in the book, then it will be flat. We can get straight cuts and then we can go around and re-glue anything that happens to have come loose. So I think this will be a very nice addition with lots of creepy weirdness to go in as flips in our journal. So thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me tonight, and I hope you have a good evening, and we will see you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.